Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel. We are back to watch another episode of The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. This is episode 3. It's called Adar or something like that. I'm really excited to check this out. I thoroughly enjoyed the first 2 episodes. I'm really digging the kind of slower expository pace that they're going with. Like, they're really taking their time and just kind of letting the world breathe. They're not diving like headlong into, crazy high stakes stuff. Like the story is high stakes, but they're really letting it breathe and letting it take its time and letting us get introduced to the characters and where they're at. I'm having a great time. This and House of the Dragon are just like fantastic. Loving it. What happened last time though? Last time, some big things. We had Galadriel and Halbrand. They got rescued by someone on a boat. Probably like Numenorians, I think. So like maybe like Isildur or some other things. We still don't know who the stranger is, like if he's a wizard or, if he's some important character that we know down the road. We just haven't been revealed yet. I have some theories I have a theory that he could be like a blue wizard, or maybe he's like Sauron with his memory like wiped or something. I don't know. Otherwise my first guess for Sauron would be probably Halbrand right now. He seems like someone. He seems a little sus. I don't know why I don't trust him. He's from the Southlands, which I'm pretty sure becomes Mordor at some point. Like that, I think that's what those orcs that were like digging underground were doing. Is they're essentially like turning this spot into Mordor. That kid Theo, he's probably gonna become a Nazgul. That's just like a thing that's gonna happen. He could be the Witch King of Angmar because we don't know his identity technically. So lots of stuff still to figure out. I really enjoyed last episode's dynamic between Durin and Elrond. I really loved their banter and just their back and forth camaraderie, and how they clearly both care for each other deeply, but like one of them has been hurt. I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens next. Last episode, when the dwarves were like opening that chest and there was a shiny thing in it, I was like, oh, is that the Arkenstone? I saw some people say that it could be Mithril, which honestly makes more sense, because I think the Arkenstone is found like way later and in a different spot from what I know. So this is probably Mithril. That makes sense that they would want that so bad because it's like hella expensive. But I'm really excited to jump into this next episode. So before we do that, if you find yourself enjoying my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me and helps my videos get seen more. If you're new here or you find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you're notified when I upload, especially if you want to see me react to more of the Rings of Power, because I'm going to watch all of it every season that it exists, because I love Lord of the Rings. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. That would mean the world as well. But otherwise, let's jump into episode 3 of The Rings of Power. Oh, yeah, my boy. My boy Randir. Get to it! So this is like a prison camp. Okay, so Adar is like their leader?
For Adar.
Okay, so they're making these people dig this camp. Oi, Adar. An elf. Is it all elves? Oh, those are his homies. That old dude was the guy at his tower, right? These are his boys. That's rough. That's rough. Yeah, we are not a fan of slavery here on the channel. Even though last episode I literally advocated for slave labor to build this tower. Oh man, oh man. Hello. What's up, boys? Well, he's not gonna attack. They would have just left him dead.
Strange tides indeed.
What vessel is this?
Be at ease. I'm obliged to deliver you safely to my betters. They will answer your questions, not I.
To what port do we sail?
Girl, he just said he's not gonna answer questions. Like, we're pretty sure it's Numenor, right? That's what these guys are? Dang, that's a big ass face. These guys are like this is Aragorn's ancestors, right? Like the ancestors to like Gondor.
The island kingdom of Numenor.
Numenor. Rolls that R at the end. Numenor. Wow. Fancy. Ooh, god dang, that's extensive. Extensive and expensive. Look at that bad boy. It's like, those boats look Egyptian. It's like Gondor with a hint of like Egyptian and Greek.
These men stood with the elves. As a reward, the Valar granted them this island.
Oh, bitchin'. That was sus. Why are you interested in that? Only Sauron would be interested in forging stuff. God, that city just, oh, it's so cool. That right there reminds me of the top of Gondor with the white tree.
Let's try not to antagonize these people.
Captain,
Oh, Galadriel is all about antagonizing people.
Name thyself.
You first.
Galadriel of the Noldor. Daughter of the Golden House of Finarfin. Commander of the northern armies of High King Gil-galad.
Gil-galad. She's like, yeah, that's what's up.
Albrecht.
I'm that girl.
A man and an elf together.
That's like the scene from Game of Thrones, like season 7 or 8, when they're listing off all the names for Daenerys. And the Onion Knight's just like, this is Jon Snow, King in the North.
Been generations since a ship of Numenor was permitted to make such a journey on an elf's behalf.
It is because of the elves that you were given this island. Surely you can spare a few planks and a rudder.
Antagonize them, girl.
They paid for this isle. With the blood of their kin.
Bitch, she was there. She remembers.
One way or another, I will depart.
I welcome you to try.
I have no need of your welcome.
And you are quickly wearing out yours.
Yeah, she'll take on all your guys. Ain't no issue.
3 days, and the elf is to be restricted to palace grounds.
I will not be made a prisoner.
I would sooner kneecap a stallion than seek to imprison the mighty commander of the northern armies.
Guys, she can kill everyone in this room. Like, don't test her right now. She's awesome.
Captain.
Also, Hellbrand is a smooth talker. Okay, this dude is definitely Sauron. He's way too friendly.
Perhaps some peace could do you good as well.
You guys gonna kiss? Every time she looks at him, there's this fire. Oi, he took your dagger back from the guy.
Do try not to make any new enemies.
Bro, make out already. Maybe that's why Galadriel does not join in the fight at the end to defeat Sauron, because she's secretly in love with him.
Tell me about this captain.
His name is Elendil.
Elendil. He's the father of Isildur. Doesn't Elendil become king? Right?
The whole is she faster than that you want to spot in my guard?
I'm pretty sure. If I remember the beginning of Fellowship of the Ring well enough. Pretty sure Isildur and his father are the king of Gondor. Hey, yo, who's whispering to you?
The sea is always right.
The sea is always right. It's like the customer is always right. The customer is always wrong.
Your sister's here.
Oh, what's up, shawty? What it do, baby girl? Ooh, what's up? You fine as hell.
Look, you put down the sketchbook for once.
Okay. Isildur's sister. What it do? Oh, a white tree. Like the one in Gondor.
Elendil. An uncommon name.
One who loves the stars.
Yeah. The light of Numenor.
In the ancient tongue of the Eldar. It can also mean elf friend.
And are you?
Into the Southlands. We're pretty sure this is future Mordor, right? Yep. They don't like the sun.
They're searching for something.
The sword, maybe? Yeah. Are they looking for the sword that Theo has?
Why would orcs refer to the leader by an elvish word?
Sauron was said to have many names in days of old. Perhaps this is one of them.
I don't think so.
If even one of us makes it home, we can return in force and sweep the enemy from these lands like salt from a table.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna win. Or, I don't think you're gonna win.
Then rip them out! Rip the whole stinking tree down! You show strength.
Oh, he gonna kill you.
You've just earned your company. A water ration.
Bitchin'. It's probably like poison water. It's probably vodka. Oh, he just cut his throat. Like fully styles or just a little bit? This guy was his partner, right? His patrolling partner? Ah, dang, man. This guy sucks. Is he high enough to look over the ridge?
Anin absene.
What does Anin Apsine mean?
Be wiser to steal the half sail. That skiff will hardly get you out of the harbour.
I assure you it's an improvement on my prior mode of passage.
Yeah, it's a straight up raft.
Who is this mortal who speaks to me as if he has the slightest idea who I am?
Yeah, dude, she's awesome.
A daughter who runs fast and a son who runs blind. Your eyes bear a striking resemblance to both. Lalye sanke loilquen, Erinia.
Ooh, he knows her special language.
No,
Your Hall of Law, how far is that?
quarter day's ride. What is it you seek?
Anything.
Did you say ride?
She wants knowledge of her people, baby. How big is this island? Is this where they filmed Narnia?
You're a stout heart, lad. But until you've earned
I
your
had to
guild
sneeze.
crest, you can't forge steel in Numenor.
How do you earn a guild crest? He's gonna be close enough to steal that thing from you.
Next few rounds on me.
Ooh. There, he's taking it right there.
I still got a warm opinion of me.
Snagged it.
Really thought I wouldn't notice. Well, I thought it was worth a try. Take it. I don't want any trouble.
I mean, if you didn't want any trouble, you wouldn't have stolen that from him.
Please. Don't do this.
Oof. Because he's secretly a Dark Lord? God, he is. Oh! Oh! He is ferocious.
Call me Elrond.
Did he just knock him out, or did he just kill him?
You didn't say the Hall of Law was assembled by Elros himself.
You knew Elros.
An uncommon spirit. But I was always
Elros.
closer with his brother.
Who's his brother? Elrond. Got it, got it, got it.
Thank our last king. It's because of him this place wasn't torn down.
He was loyal to the elves.
Is loyal.
Interesting.
Wait a moment. I must be blind.
Oh,
This is no sigil.
it's you turn on. It's like a map.
It is a map of the Southians. It is as Halbrand said,
It's Mordor.
to create a realm of their own, where evil would not only endure, but thrive.
Yep, Mordor.
By his successor,
Galadriel?
not as a
Sauron. Yup. We been new. We been new. One theory down, baby. One theory down.
If you want to help him find those stars, our best hope is in that.
Stars.
I don't want to help him.
Yeah.
Or would you rather I let slip to Melva? It was you put fire in her toe cream. I'll keep watch.
Nothing like a good blackmail. to get someone to help you out.
Right. No, I mean left. Yes. No, I'll tell him right now. I'll go straight now.
Calm yourself and get yourself some chestnut pie.
What a weirdo. You got your star charts though. Use them. Find where the fireflies were pointing. And everybody will be happy in the end. Oh, he's gonna catch on fire. Oh, great. Yeah. You absolute knucklehead. That's not good. They're gonna see this gigantor person. I think he's some eldritch demon. That's awkward. Now Nori's kicked out of camp.
He's my friend.
We don't need friends, girl.
Oi, shut up, Vilma.
Our laws
Yeah, your
are
ways kept you
clear.
boring for
Any
1,000 years.
half-foot that breaks them is to be decaravaned.
Okay, ho. You need to shut your mouth.
You may as well have stamped our name in the book of the left behinds.
Oi, shut your fudging mouth.
There's a reason he came to us.
Honestly, Nori. Do you see a destiny in this? Do you
Yeah.
think the stars reached down and touched you? Is that it?
Bitch, what else do you think
special.
happened?
You're just a child.
Yeah, you suck ass, lady. I don't like you.
I know I'm just one little Harfoot in a grand, wide world.
If Frodo has taught us
You're
anything,
special.
is that even the smallest lives can have big impacts. Weirdos. We don't like them. They're basic. They're cautious. They ain't got no swag.
You brought in an elf, so Miriel promoted you.
Who gets to escort her back? Looking for a promotion, cadet. Did you know about this?
She did.
Occasion, so yes, I had my suspicions.
God, she is so hot. Sorry, she is distractingly attractive.
There is nothing for us on our western shores.
The past is dead. We either move forward or we die with it.
Okay, Kylo Ren.
The watery part of this world has a way of healing even the deepest of wounds. The way it's healed yours.
Ooh, don't do that to him.
I'm made apprentice. I've been
What's that mean?
accepted to the Builders Guild.
Bitchin'. What's the Builders Guild? Is that the thing that Halbrand was trying to get in?
You are more than you claim. I found this in the Hall of Law.
Oh, that's his necklace.
That's funny. I found this on a dead man. Thought the pattern suited me.
Did you, though?
Many ages ago, a man bearing that mark united the scattered tribes of the Southlands under one banner. Your people have no king, for you are him.
King of the Southlands.
And the armor that ought to rest upon your shoulders weighs upon your soul.
What verbiage, Galadriel. She's got a way with words.
The heir to this mark is heir to more than just nobility. For it was his ancestor who swore a blood oath to Morgoth.
I am not the hero you seek.
He can be. He is either Sauron himself, or he is the Witch King of Angmar.
Come with me to Middle-earth, and together we will redeem both our bloodlines.
No. You're stuck on this island.
She's an Olympic swimmer. Is this her room? She lives up here? You sleep in the top of the tower?
You just hear, Father.
Or her dad does.
The elf has arrived.
Who's your papa? Is he someone we should not enjoy, potentially? Maybe that's why it's so heavy, because my dude is in there. What's up, homie? You can stay if you push this cart.
This is how we keep up with the others, all of us.
God dang. These boys are pretty coordinated. Oof. Okay, one down. We don't need him. That's fine. What a goat. Took out their shade. I think it looks like Sonic the Hedgehog, the ugly version. Hey, good work. Yeah, I'd work on freeing yourself. That's a better idea. He's gonna kill them with a branch? Just a small little twig is all he needed. Flee! Flee for your life! Oh, that thing's coming after him. Oh. CGI there was a little wonky. That's okay. Dude, you're still chained, brother. Oh no. Oh. Dang.
Wait! Bring him to Adar.
Dang. His mentor died. So they had contingencies if people escaped. That's a dude. That's a regular dude. He might have been an elf. That's a regular ass guy. What? Oh, I mean, I guess that makes sense. What? Because weren't the orcs weren't the orcs from elves, right? Isn't that a thing? If I remember, right? Weren't the first orcs from like corrupted elves? That's interesting then. If they have a elf in charge of all these people, of all the orcs of all the orcs. That's no bueno for them. Okay, another solid episode. Really digging it. I feel like we're building momentum in a couple areas, and we're kind of starting the story of other areas. Like like Nori and Wizard Man is what I'm gonna call him for now. Nori and friend, they're just starting their journey essentially, right? Like they have the constellation that they like know what it is, kind of. They don't know all the knowledge, but the Wizard Man is helping them on their path. And I feel like we're just really starting their true journey right now. And so that's very interesting. I don't like Nori's family. Her mom sucks. Her dad's cool, but her mom sucks. The rest of her tribe sucks. Like, the sooner Nori can get the frick out of there, the better. Like, I don't like anybody else of the Harfoots. Like, they're buttholes. Arandir, he is, I feel like we're making some progress with him. Like, he got captured. And now he's like a prison worker. And he is trying to escape, right? Like, we have some hope for him that he's going to escape, but then pretty much all of his friends die. Because the orcs got contingency plans up the wazoo. Like, his mentor escapes and just gets gunned down, like, immediately. And he gets taken to their leader, Adar, the name of the episode. And he is, I think he's an elf. He looks like an elf, at least, which is very interesting. Very, very interesting. I'm not sure what to make of it yet. We haven't gotten like the full reveal of him. It was just kind of like a blurry image, but I'm really looking forward to seeing more of him. We didn't get any of Elrond and Durin this episode, which was a bummer, but we got a little bit of Elrond's brother, Elros. If I remember correctly, so I think someone commented, right, where, so at least I think, I could super be wrong. So Elrond and his brother are both like half-breeds, kinda. They're half human, half elf, or like they have bloodlines of both in them. And where Elrond chose the immortal life, like life with the elves, his brother chose the opposite way. He chose the mortal life, and became he was king of Numenor at one point, possibly, or found Numenor. I don't know. But we speaking of Numenor, we got to see Numenor today. We met Elendil, right? That's his name. So we meet in Numenor. We meet Elendil, which it was the light that Galadriel gives to Frodo. Was that called the Light of Elendil? Or what was that called? No, it was called something else. But I think he becomes king. Like the king of the men. All the men. He becomes the king of the men. Because if I remember from the beginning of Fellowship, when they're fighting the big battle against Sauron at the end of the Second Age, Elendil gets killed by Sauron, and then Isildur cuts Sauron's fingers off, and he was the prince at that point and becomes the king of Gondor. So I think Elendil eventually becomes the king of Gondor, potentially. Numenor looked great, by the way, and you can see the influences of Numenor in future Gondor, like the triangle shape, pavilion that's like elevated above everything else, the white tree, that's all super dope, and clear design connections through time there. That's pretty sweet to see. It's cool to meet Isildur and his smoking hot sister who got into the Builders Guild. Like, that girl is, I don't know who that is, but she's the most attractive person I've ever seen in my life. Like, if we're being real, she's easily the most attractive person to ever exist. But yeah, so we meet all these fun people while Galadriel's kind of like prisoner. Her and Halbrand aren't allowed to leave for whatever reason, because maybe the Númenóreans think that if she leaves, she'll like know their location somehow and like bring more elves here, and they don't want the elves here. For whatever reason, they ditched the elves at some point, even though they sided with them in the war against Morgoth. So I hope we learn more about why they're no longer friends. But she's trying to bail. Meanwhile, Halbrand is trying to stay. And we don't know necessarily who he could be. He is either Sauron himself, or he is the Witch King of Angmar, is what I'm guessing. Because he talks about how like he's like the king of the Southlands, essentially, or the king of his people. He's the king of the land that becomes Mordor. And he mentioned how like the heir to that throne inherits more than the role of king, and inherits more than that land and the throne. So something tells me, and he says his ancestor was the one who like swore allegiance to Morgoth and helped fight for him. So something tells me that like it's been a role that's like passed down through the time of like whoever the king is like destined to fight for Sauron or Morgoth and become a Nazgul. And he doesn't want to do that, at least at this point maybe, and he's like fighting that destiny. And by the end of the series, he will end up giving in and succumbing to that. That'd be very interesting. Him and Galadriel have quite the connection. They got some steamy chemistry. Various points when they're like right up in each other's faces, and you're like, just make out. Like, just kiss. I want to see all these neckbeards get angry at Galadriel making out with a human. He's so funny. But no, speaking of Galadriel, her and Elendil go to the western shore to some like not ancient, but some old library essentially, and she finds out that the symbol that she's looking for, that she thinks is like a sword. It's kind of like a sword shape, it's a little bit of a trident-y shape. She thinks it's like a sigil of like a clan or like a hint of something. Turns out all you got to do is turn it on its side, and it's a map. It is a map of where, essentially where to go if you're an evil person. If you're an evil dude looking to join up with your gang, you go that way. But yeah, she learns of the plan, right? Like if Morgoth is defeated, then all the evil people go here and be ruled by Sauron. Like that was set up before Morgoth died. And so now she's like fully aware, kinda, of like what's going down, I think. And she wants Halbrand to help her, which, she might inadvertently bring a little bit of downfall to different people, especially if he is either Sauron himself or like the Witch King or the mouth of Sauron or whoever I think he has a destiny to become someone evil, and he's fighting against that destiny, and Galadriel asking him to come with might be inadvertently like hurting Middle-earth. Maybe that's why she decides not to get really invested in, when in the Lord of the Rings, when she's just chilling in the woods, and she's like, nah fam, the elves are kind of done. Like, she's not going to get involved in this fight anymore, because maybe she sees that every time she does, something bad goes wrong. Like she inadvertently causes some pain and she doesn't want to do that anymore. That would be very interesting. But we do learn that the former king of Numenor is still loyal to the elves, and he is just like chilling in a tower somewhere. And is the king, that's what's her face is the mean lady, the queen regent, right? She's like not queen, she's like the queen, or she's like ruling in place of the king, because the king's still alive, but he's been like unseated because he's loyal to the elves. And so the queen, his daughter, I assume the queen regent, is in charge. She doesn't like the elves, but her dad does. But then she goes up to him and she's like, the day we feared has come. The elf is here. Maybe, okay, because I feel like they're in the trailer. There's a shot of her and Galadriel like standing with one of those like giant marble balls, the thing that Pippin, it was Merry or Pippin? Sauron had one, or Sauron had one. The ball that like speaks to Sauron, and you can like see things with it. There's a shot in the trailer of them standing across from each other with that on the table in the middle. Maybe there was some like prophecy that was like, yo, when Galadriel comes, like when Galadriel shows up on this island, like shiz is about to go down. Like the world's gonna end when Galadriel shows up. And then maybe that's why the Numenorians were like, hey fam, we're not gonna let you come to our island anymore, because, you know, maybe if they ban elves completely from coming to their island, that theoretically gets rid of the chance that Galadriel ever shows up. Right? And when she shows up, you know, maybe it was foretold that the downfall of Numenor comes when the white-haired elf appears on their lands, which might explain their hostility towards her, and the elves in general. But because they were buds, they were friends, man, and the king is still loyal to the elves. He's just maybe not loyal to Galadriel. But no, yeah, her and Halbrand are having a grand old time on this island because she's trying to leave, he's trying to stay, but then he's like, yo, don't antagonize these people. And then he gets thrown in prison for fighting. He might have killed a couple of those dudes. Like, he went ham. He's got some rage built up in him. He's got like some darkness in him. And I'm guessing he is the king that one peasant boy mentioned last episode, or the episode before, when he's like, our true king will return and unite us and save us, deliver us from evil. I think he is that king that the peasant boy mentioned. And he's definitely fighting destiny. He doesn't want to go on this quest, but now Galadriel is like, fam, we got some shiz to do, and I'm going to inadvertently start the end of this kingdom. And it's dangerous. Danger. So much of what he says, though, is, I don't know what to think of Halbrand. Like, all the stuff he says. Like, I don't know if I should take all his words at, like, literal face value, because people ask him questions, and he'll answer them, and it's like, are you joking, or do you, like, literally mean this? They're like, what's your name? And he's like, I have many names. It's like, do you? Because you're a smooth talker, buddy. Like, you have a way with words. And maybe that's because of your royal lineage. You, like, just are aware of how to talk publicly to people. And you're aware of, like, how a ruler would respond to certain things because you're a ruler yourself. Or are you secretly Sauron, who is, like, known to be like a dude who sweet talks? Very, very curious. Very curious. I guess we'll find out. Really, really digging this show still. It's a lot slower paced than say like House of the Dragon. Because House of the Dragon, their story, they're willing to do time skips. They're like, we're just gonna skip ahead 4 years. They're like, nothing's happening in this 4-year period, so we're just gonna jump ahead. And so it can feel like the story is progressing at a very steady pace in House of the Dragon. You know, we're still taking time to like learn about all the characters in that show, but like from a story event standpoint, like things just keep happening. They're not doing time jumps. I mean, they condensed, I guess they condensed this like overall time period quite a bit, but like the story is progressing at a much more of a drip fed speed. Like things are still happening, but it's a lot more dialogue, a lot more exposition, and, you know, engrossing ourselves in the world is a lot slower paced. And I dig it. I dig the different vibes between the two shows, and I like both of them a lot. So hopefully, if you're watching at this point in the video, you're a person who can like both as well. I think this is, I don't know if this is my favorite episode so far. I think it's on par with the first two. I think the first episode might be my favorite just because of like, hey, we're back in it type stuff. But this, I think, is either tied or is in second place. And I just like all the episodes so far. It's super good. I'm enjoying this a lot. So, yeah, let me know what you guys thought of the episode down below in the comments. What theories do you have at this point of who certain characters are? If you have a guess of who Sauron is, who do you think it is and why? Who do you think the stranger is? I would love to hear all your thoughts. If you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like on the video. Helps my videos get seen more. If you are new here or you find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you're notified when I upload, especially if you want to see me react to more of the Rings of Power or House of the Dragon or the Sandman or any other show that I'm watching on the channel. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. That is linked in the description below. Your support over there would mean the world. But otherwise, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.